This week's RockandRoll Confessions is Vic Godard from the Subway Sect. He's just given me this new album he's put out, so I can't wait to listen to that when I get home. And he's got some fabulous stories. He really is one of life's true eccentrics, a fabulous guy. You look forward to hearing it. So, Vic, It's nice to see you again.
Lovely
Looking well.
to see you.
We met first when we did that gig at the 100 Club 50 years ago.
Yeah.
50 years ago, like that, isn't it?
I know, it's amazing.
But we did an album together, didn't we? What year was that we did that album?
Well, it came out in 1980, but we must have done it in 79 in Stoke, Stamford Hill, wasn't it?
Stamford Hill, yeah.
Is that studio still there, do you
No
reckon?
idea. I never went back there
But
again.
it was a 48 track, wasn't it, or something ridiculous?
Oh, I don't know.
And no one knew what they were doing.
It's no good asking a drummer how many tracks it is. All they want to know is where's the drinks and where's the loo and, what time we're finishing.
But effectively, it was Mickey Foot was in charge of producing it, wasn't he?
Yeah, but Bernie was yanking on all the time, wasn't he? Bernie Rhodes.
Yeah, so it was like Mickey had produced your first album.
Yeah.
But I think he was a bit lost with the 48 tracks.
Yeah, there's a lot of tracks because we didn't do a lot, did we? I mean, didn't need.
No.
Yeah.
The thing is, I always hated that album,
Did you?
but it went down really well critically. So, I thought, well,
It's hard
each
to
to his own.
It's
But
very
the
hard to be
thing is-
objective about your own stuff, isn't it?
Well, no, not now. I really love what I do now. But it's taken all these years of not liking what I did.
Yeah.
But it's been appreciated. It doesn't really matter whether you like it. It gets appreciated. Like Ambition
Yeah.
has been released so many times over the years on so many different compilations.
Yeah.
I've grown to grudgingly not mind it. Whereas when I first heard it, I thought, God, what the hell has he done? Because that was done by Bernie and Mickey when I was on tour without my knowledge.
Right.
And we just recorded a basic sort of rock track, Ambition, the way we would do it live.
Yeah.
And they fiddled about with it, sped it up, put sort of like plinky plonk machines on it, put a
Pig and
synthesizer.
turkey.
Yeah. And it was like an astounding success. So you couldn't really argue with that. Even though I didn't like it, I just kept my mouth shut.
Yeah.
But it's being in control, isn't it? You're not in control when you're that naive and young.
Oh no, you're not in control. What?
And you leave it to people that you hope will know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think being
But
in
the thing
control
is,
is
in the punk era, the people that you thought might know what they're doing didn't have a clue what they were doing because they hadn't really come from that sort of recording background, had they?
It was the Wild West, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, and no one knew what. There was all this new equipment coming out. No one really knew how to use it,
Yeah.
But it's exciting because, the time just whizzed by.
Yeah.
When you left the Clash, did you instantly go into another group?
Pretty much, yeah. I joined Johnny Thunders for a while.
Oh, that was my fault.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was my fault because he actually. It was an amazing thing. I never met the bloke. Obviously, I've seen him loads of times live, and he actually came down to rehearsals one night when Subway Sect were rehearsing and met the group. But I had the flu, so I wasn't there.
Oh.
But anyway, after our first drummer left and we got Mark Laff in. He was actually one of the people that was trying to be the drummer of the Clash. They had about 30 people that applied, and it was down to a choice between Topper and Mark Laff. So Bernie said, they prefer Topper out of the two of you, but would you consider joining Subway Sect? So Johnny Thunders got to hear that we'd been auditioning drummers.
This is after Generation X.
After the White Riot tour, yeah.
No, I mean after Generation X. He'd left Generation X by then, really.
No, Mark Laff.
Before Generation
He
X.
joined Generation X on the last date of the White Riot tour.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
John Ingham, remember, was
Yeah, I remember him.
helping him out then.
Yeah.
He came with his van to unload Mark's drum kit
Ah,
straight off the stage at Dunstable, which was the last gig.
right.
And we created a big sort of furore by getting the roadies to put a load of dry ice in his kit. So in the last song, so he thought it was on fire. And we got palm olive from the Slits to set up the drum kit halfway through the song and just start taking over the drums. So that's how, and then all the Slits came on.
Yeah.
And he just like went off in the van, and that was the last we saw of him.
Oh, blimey. Yeah, I don't know why he left the Heartbreakers, Jerry. I'm not sure what happened. They had some rant.
And then he died shortly after that, didn't he?
No, he was around for a while because he formed the Tenerife Cowboys.
Oh, right.
With Steve Dior.
Oh, right.
So that was going for a while.
Yeah.
So it was quite a lot later he died.
Oh, right. Mm. So what was it like being in the Heartbreakers?
Oh, it was mad.
I always thought, what have you done? Poor Terry,
Well,
because I thought, you're the opposite of what the Heartbreakers are, but you also, I thought, would be their ideal drummer.
Yeah, because someone's got to be. Well, I wasn't like I am now. Then I was a nutter then.
Yeah.
So we all got drunk and have a head together. Right. So, it was chaos. Yeah. But I enjoyed it. But I really loved Johnny Thunders. I really thought he should have been a big, big star, and he should have been. He deserved to be. But whenever he got close to signing the right record deal, he would always get out of his head and blow it all. He had like a self-destruct kind of thing going on, which is a sad thing, really. It's like he really should have made it.
Yeah, definitely.
A big time. I mean, everyone knows who he is, but he should have been big star. But
he should. Yeah.
In fact, I saw the Hollywood Vampires the other day, which is Alice Cooper's sort of supergroup. Yeah. Alice Cooper and Johnny Depp and Joe from Aerosmith and a few other people, and Ronnie Wood stepped up. Yeah. And they played a Johnny Thunders song.
Oh, right.
You Can't Put Your Arms Around a Memory.
Great.
A lovely version of it.
Song,
got a picture of it up there. Because they did a lot of celebrating of old departed sort of musicians. So that was really nice to see.
I don't think it would be forgotten, would he, Johnny Thunders? He had his own sort of style on
well, thank you. I had no idea that you... They never told me that you recommended me. So
no, but the best story is that I was such a fan of Johnny Thunders that I had... the song Babylon off New York Doll's second album blasting out my stereo when he phoned.
Oh, how funny.
So I went downstairs, got the phone, I said, bloody hell, you're not going to believe this. You're just about to do your solo on Babylon. I said, have a listen. I put the phone up the stairs.
Well, that's a nice compliment.
Mad. Yeah, totally mad.
Every time I do this, I'm talking to people I've known for 50 years, they come up with something like that I never knew. It's amazing. Every bloody time it happens.
But Paul Simonon, going back to Paul Simonon, what I loved about him when we used to go to the rehearsals was that mural.
Yeah.
That was like such a dump of a place, wasn't it? The rehearsals.
He made it special. Yeah.
But that, rehearsing in front of that, I think Bernie was mad not to use his sort of artistic talent for the group.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like for covers or something.
Yeah, because talking to Paul, he kind of, I think in his head, I wasn't sure it'd be going to medicine or to music, and I was torn, and he wasn't sure be an artist or a musician. He was torn in a way. And I think in his head, he thought of them as separate things, but actually, it's very hard to mix music and medicine, but music and art is very easy to mix.
Very easy to mix. That's what I do all the time. I'm obsessed by painting fag packets.
Oh, yeah.
So I've painted hundreds and hundreds, and that's what
funny,
I do.
Because we had a model, Charlotte Rose Smith, the other day. She's a model and she's an artist as well. She does cigarette packets with stuff around them.
No. How do you mean with stuff around them?
Well, she does a cigarette packet with her laying across it or something.
I actually paint the whole of the cigarette packet, the front of it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, look, you're not hurting him, are you?
Well, I started off by painting out just the warning bits.
Oh, right.
So I thought, instead of having those horrible pictures of someone's gizzards,
lung cancer, yeah.
I'll put something beautiful on there. So when because I've practically given up smoking now because I'm in those patches,
Oh yeah, yeah.
nicotine patches, which
Yeah.
I wear every day. But I
Mm.
still smoke very occasionally, but not like I used to get through like a packet a day back in when I started painting. So I wanted to get rid of the horrible grisly warnings and make something really that you liked looking at instead. And
Yeah.
then I gradually sort of got bigger and bigger until I was doing the whole of the front of the packet.
There is a lot of good art, isn't it, with Lucky Strike and all that. And
Yeah.
I saw, went to a car show the other day, I saw this Lotus done it in John Player Special Colours, which is gold, thin gold lines and jet black.
Oh,
Look
right.
fantastic.
Well, I used to like watching Bob Ross when I first got into painting. Have you ever seen him? The American who does these half an hour shows where he
No,
does a
no.
blank canvas and then in the half an hour he talks to the camera while he's painting.
Oh, like Rolf Harris used to do.
Yeah, but he does it. He does this technique called wet on wet, which is like you you put the paint on while the underlying bit is still wet. But yeah, I mean, they're not the sort of paintings I like, but he's just such a great personality, and he only ever does landscapes. He never does any animals but he used to rescue animals. He rescued this little chipmunk, and he used to feature him on the show. So this chipmunk would be crawling all over him. While he said, "Right now we're going to get some magenta." You know, he's got all the colours there. He tells you what colours he's using. And yeah, so that's what got me into painting, really, apart from my partner, Mandy, who actually, when I first met her, she said, do you paint? I said, no, I'm useless at painting. She said, how do you know?
You haven't tried? Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever tried? I said, no, I haven't actually. And then I just sort of took it up from there. And it's like quite a passion now, but I think I use it to sort of wind down from music. You know, like when I go to the studio today, I'll get a paintbrush out later on tonight. You know, it's quite relaxing.
I remember Paul Simon saying to me, when you're like 19, if you're an artist, you're in a room on your own all day, and it's a bit weird when you're that age. When you're 50, you're quite glad to get away from one and do it. You know? So it's that way around. You know, in the music, you're with people. And
Mick Jones told me that he went to art college, and he said, I've never done any art at all. So I wasn't even into art. I just read that all these rock stars that he liked had all gone to art school. So
they
he
do,
thought,
don't they? Yeah.
if I want to be in a band, I've got to go to art school.
Yeah. There's no rock school back then, was there? So that album, I enjoyed that album. I enjoyed making that album. It was fun. And you can find it, bits of it. What's the Matter, Boy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You find bits of it on YouTube you can play back.
Yeah, but I think I got fed up with those songs by then, because a lot of those songs on that album were songs that we'd already recorded back in early 78, before the group split up. We'd recorded a whole album of a lot of the same songs, but what I did, I just de-punkified them all. So I kept the lyrics, but I totally changed the music to make sure that it didn't sound punk.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to get away and do something completely the opposite.
A lot of people who have had success begin to hate the song that they succeeded with. I remember Don McLean said he couldn't stand American Pie because he heard it so many times. And when he played it live, they insisted on hearing it. So he'd play and say, thank God that's out of the way. Now we can do something else.
Well, I never used to do Ambition live for a long time. From sort of 78, when we split up. Obviously I didn't do it when I was doing all the jazzy stuff at Songs for Sale and all that. But when I started doing music again, I used to do gigs, and never did Ambition until about 2007, when I started off with a sort of really unrehearsed new group that were just learning their instruments. And that's when Ambition first crept back in. And then Mark Laff during the group again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He forgave you for the dry
Yeah,
ice.
yeah. He came back and he did one album with us, and he was really good actually, because he was. It wasn't a proper recording studio, so he was positioned in the engineer had never recorded drums, so it was Mark who showed him where to put all the mics and all that to get good sound.
Yeah, tricky thing, mic up a drum kit, isn't it?
Yeah. But luckily, where we are, it's always mic'd up, ready to go all the time.
Oh, it's nice, yeah. You can't be just walking in and doing it. Because the worst thing about music is setting up all the gear, lifting it up, setting it up. Oh, horrible.
That's why I got Paul Cook to play on my last album, was got him down there, not necessarily to drum, but because the drum kit was all set up, I said, just while you're here, can you go and just do some beats and some fills and some rolls? And he was really reluctant. He said, oh, no, are you sure? I said, yeah. So it's only in there. It's all set up, ready to go. We've got the sticks. So he reluctantly did a few beats.
Because he never stopped, does he, really? I don't think he's ever stopped playing.
Because he was in the professionals before he was doing the Sex Pistols.
I like that stuff they did. They're doing a massive tour, the Pistols, aren't they? Massive. It's like, God, they'd exhausted at the end of that. I mean, he did it back in the day, but I don't know if I fancy it now.
Oh, he must keep fit. He probably goes to the gym and all that to keep fit.
I don't know, maybe, yeah.
But he puts such a lot into it, doesn't he? That's the thing. He's got bruises all up his legs when he plays sometimes because of what he puts. And yet you get these other drummers that just
tap away gently.
It's different styles, aren't there? The sort that
I got those bruises inside legs. Hard to explain to your girlfriend.
No, but my other friend Gary Ainge, who's he was in that group Felt that I was telling you about. Well, they've started up again without Lawrence, just doing instrumentals, and they're called Feel. And they did their first gig on Saturday up in Glasgow, and they went down really well apparently. And they got Stuart Murdoch from Bell and Sebastian to go and sing some of Lawrence's songs with them. So I've heard a bit of that. It sounds great, and he's a sort of drummer that doesn't. He's much more relaxed. So I think, it's easier to do that style as you get older, and the old, almost like jazz drummer.
Yeah, I suppose.
They've got more longevity, haven't they?
Well, I don't know. Some people, if you're a thrasher, I think you're always going to be a thrasher.
Yeah,
it's your nature,
Yeah, but when you get to a certain age, it becomes difficult to thrash, I bet.
Don't stop thrashing. Do you do any live stuff these days?
No, I just look after my dad, don't I?
Yeah.
And there's I could do a London gig.
Did you say he's 104?
Yeah,
That
knocking 105, yeah.
That's bloody good going, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not like you can leave him because he's not sitting in a room. He's out in the garden, his potting shed. He's got about 15 tomato plants that he waters every day, and he's always growing new plants. So you can't, if you're not there and he falls over, because he has fallen over a few times where I've had to get the ambulance out. So you need to actually be there.
Yeah,
and I could probably easily do a London gig, but the thing is, it's all the rehearsals.
Oh, it's a palaver, yeah.
And it's getting the group together. I mean, the nearest we got to a gig was about a couple of years ago. We did a session for Mark Riley and Gideon Coe at Maid of Ale, which I wanted to do because it's gone now, and it's been sold to that Hans Zimmer. Okay. So the BBC can't use it anymore. And I went there twice in 77 and 78. And I haven't been there since. I really wanted to go back and see it before it shut. So I'm glad we did that. But getting the group together was a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Because...
it's like the Blues Brothers, that movie, isn't it?
Because I record on my own mainly, but I do get various drummers in. And Kevin, the engineer, luckily he can play the alto sax. So and also he's a bass player, so between us we can do all the music on our own, really, apart from the drumming.
Yeah, drums are different, aren't they?
Yeah.
Although Roy Wood did his drums, didn't he? And everything, and French horn and strings and everything on his music. Amazing.
But it is good to collaborate with people as well.
Oh yeah, you get you're far off each other's
We
energy.
we done one song with a group, which was the group that Kevin, the engineer, has got a little group that just locals, like Neil from the guitar shop round the corner. Elliot, who's the pianist, he's in Jim Jones' Review, and Malcolm, the drummer, who's in the RockandRoll gang, the local group.
Yeah.
They sometimes get together in the evening when there's no one in the studio, just jamming, and they've recorded a load of songs. And he played me one of them, and I said, "Do you fancy doing a song on the album?" Because I'm not very good at ballads. I can write ballads, but when it comes to recording them, I've never been a balladeer, really.
Well, it's a different thing. Isn't it?
So I thought, I need a group for this. It's hard. I think it's harder to play all the instruments when you're not doing it to a sort of beat that you've got in mind. I think everything stems from the beat. The bass line.
Yeah,
What
most
the
rock
key-
does, but if you're going to a ballad, it's a whole other world. Isn't it?
That's why I wanted a group, and they've done a great job. So I'm really glad I got them to do that.
You're going to get some hair extensions when you do your ballad.
Yeah.
You always got on very well with Bernie, didn't you? Bernie Rhodes.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, to be honest, a lot of the time I ignored him. I had the ability to ignore him more than other people, I think.
Yeah, it can be hard to ignore him. Yeah. Because I remember him telling me, I do think Vic's very talented. He said a few times he mentioned that to me.
Yeah, but he found me infuriating as well. He says,
It's back to
perverse.
control, isn't it? You like to control, and you're not.
Yeah.
You're not very easily controlled. I
No,
suppose, are
that's
you?
the problem. Yeah. That's why I like recording now, because there isn't anyone else to sort of say, "Oh no, actually, that should go like this," not like that.
Do it on your own terms.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what Paul said when he did it with him. He said, "I don't mind doing music as long as it's on my terms. I won't be badgered about by someone else."
yeah. Because he done a lovely album, didn't he, Paul? With
He's always up to something. He keeps on reinventing himself for something
Kevin
else.
Ayres, his daughter,
Yeah,
on vocals.
with her, yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, it was good. And then he did the Gorillas thing, which keeps coming and going. And he's always doing something. It's good. Keeps you young, I
And
suppose.
he keeps in touch with Bernard, doesn't
He
he?
does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
So he must have a good relationship with him, or he wouldn't answer the phone to
I
him.
can remember Mick Jones screaming at Bernie, saying, "You weren't here. You didn't do it because you spent all your time and all your money on Vic."
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I remember that outburst. That must have been 82, I think.
Oh yeah, but we were doing well then. That's why. That's when we were doing the Whiskey a Go Go, and we'd just done Songs for Sale, and that was probably like as good as it got for us. We were getting airplay, getting loads of press, did loads of tours supporting totally inappropriate people like Bauhaus. Oh, the first tour we did was not inappropriate. It was the Bureau, which was Dexys Midnight Runners with that Kevin Rowland.
Right.
So we did a tour with them, and then we did a tour with Bauhaus, who their fans absolutely hated us because we were like, they were goths, and we came on in tuxedos, bow ties, singing sort of old standard type music.
Yeah, I saw you doing that. You were doing some Cole Porter stuff.
Yeah, we did put that on the album as well.
Anything Goes.
Yeah.
You're playing that song. Well, it's just come back to me. That
Yeah, that was on the album. That was a live favourite. It's a bit, obviously, Bauhaus fans.
Well, I suppose
It was the
Bauhaus.
opposite to what they wanted.
I always think of him, Pete. What was his name? Pete
Murphy.
in a wind tunnel doing the adverts for the Maxwell tapes.
Yeah, that's what he became famous for.
I think he lost his hair in that wind tunnel, didn't he? Eventually.
But bottom of the bill was the birthday party. Who'd just arrived from Australia with Nick Cave on vocals.
Oh, right.
So it was a really weird bill.
Yeah.
I mean,
But that's good sometimes to have different people.
yeah, but they didn't mind the birthday party, the audience, because although their music was nothing like Bauhaus, they had the look. They looked quite gothy,
Bit gothy, yeah.
And we looked the opposite of gothy, as opposite to gothy as you could get. And we
Yeah.
were the opposite of gothy as you could get. So we had quite a few, because of the punk era, we knew how to accept having things thrown at us.
Oh, yeah.
So by then,
We all learned that.
it was water off a duck's back.
You don't stop playing. No matter what they do, you just carry on going. Yeah, we learned that, didn't we?
I mean, the first gig on the White Riot tour was in Le Mans in France, and we the coach got a bit lost, and we come up to this sort of bikers cafe. Someone, probably Bernie, went up and down the coach asking if anyone spoke French. And of course, Myers and me had both done French at school, O level, and of course Myers said, "Yeah, Vic does." So I was told to get off the coach and go and ask these bikers how to get to the venue. So I did that, and then later on, all these bikers turned up at the venue, didn't they? And as soon as we went on stage, they started throwing bottles at us. And I remember Myers, the only one of the Clash who was there was Mick Jones. All the others had gone back to the hotel. Myers' bass, something went wrong with the machine heads, that was it, on one of the strings. And it was just like flopping away. So Mick was like a hero. He ran on stage to the side of the stage and tuned it up and just held it in position for the rest of the set. We were only on for 20 minutes. But like every song we did was just like a hail of missiles coming at us. And Bernie was right down the front laughing his head off. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
to have a sort of great to be.
He always craved chaos, Bernie.
Yeah, well, that was pure chaos. So by the time we got to the sort of Bauhaus era, early 80s, it was quite nice. It was quite nostalgic having sort of things thrown at you.
I remember playing with the Clash in the 80s, and people had this habit of throwing clothing on the stage. I don't know why they did.
Yeah.
And I was playing, and the lights were right in your face, so you couldn't see anything above these lights. And someone threw a trainer, like a Nike trainer or something, and it hit me in the face, but you didn't see it coming at all. It just boom, like that. God. What the hell was that? It was like being slapped by the invisible man. But that was a bit strange, but yeah.
You didn't miss a beat.
No, carried on, rock solid. That gig, the 100 Club gig, that was the first gig, wasn't it, you'd done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the Sex Pistols, and then we went to, I saw them several times every time they played London. Yeah. And then I don't know if you remember when the Ramones first came over at the Roundhouse. Did you go to that?
No, but the other guys did. I remember Keith Levine sneaked in there and he was saying, we've got Mosrite guitars, whatever that is.
Oh, right.
And about what they were like and how the singer was a bit quiet and sensitive and all this sort of stuff.
So had you already started rehearsing by that point?
Yeah.
But you didn't have Joe, or did you have Joe?
Yeah, Joe was there, I think, just about.
Oh, it just started.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, at that gig, Joe would have been at that gig, definitely, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But at that gig, Rob, our guitarist, he'd written the name Subway Sect on a T-shirt, and McLaren came up to us and said, is that your group? And we just said yes. So that's what made us start a group, because we didn't have a group. We just told him we did have one. And he said, let us know how you're getting on.
I'm just reading John Robb's book, and he had the name, The Membranes, first. And then he wrote it on his notebook and said, that's the beginning of the band. But he didn't have anything, any instruments, anything, just a name. And it comes that. So that is, that can be a thing.
But we were so naive that we didn't have a drum kit or anything. We didn't have a drummer.
No.
So we found the cheapest drum kit we could find was in Lewisham High Street in this drum shop there. We didn't have a car there. We got a taxi there. We got the drum kit into the taxi. We paid HP £1 a week each for the next 18 months between the four of us. It come to about 80 odd quid. And then
not bad.
Took it back to my house because the others lived in flats. And we didn't know where to put it, so we put it in my dad's garden shed.
But there's lots of plants.
But we didn't have a drummer. So, and then it transferred, because we were all going to have a go. See,
play one song each.
But no, we didn't have to, because we found out the bloke, Paul Packham, who until then he'd been the singer, he was did drumming in the Boy Scouts, just
Yeah.
like one side drum. So he could do all that. So he
Yeah,
by
jump
default
start.
became our drummer. And then McLaren came to see us at rehearsal, and he was quite shocked at how bad we were. But he said, "Just rehearse every day. I'll pay for you." So he went down and booked us for the whole week. And he said, "I'll come down on the Friday, on the last day, and then I'll decide whether, you'll be good enough to do that 100 Club thing." So, but we only had to learn 4 songs.
Yeah.
So we passed the audition. And then at that gig at 100 Club, that's when Bernie came up and said, "Do you want to be...
He took over, yeah.
Do you want to support the Clash? We're playing like in London."
I remember watching you at that gig, and one song, you kept swearing all the way through it.
I did.
Yeah. Unless I was mishearing you. I do have that habit.
I don't swear it at
Don't
all.
you? Oh.
I never
God, all
swear.
these years
no.
I thought, I remember you were saying something, I must have misunderstood you.
Yeah, no, I don't know what that was.
I've done that a few times, misheard people's...
Yeah.
I don't know, I must have some
Probably
gene missing.
slurring my vocals.
I don't know. Yeah,
No, it was really nerve-wracking though, because...
oh, yeah.
But luckily, the most nerve-wracking bit wasn't the actual gig for us. It was the sound check. Were you at the sound check? Oh, you wouldn't have been our sound check. Do you remember Clash sound checking?
No, I can't remember.
Maybe you didn't, but we had to, I suppose.
We would have done, I think.
Anyway, our sound check was an absolute disaster because we had all these groups lined up on chairs staring at us. And as soon as we went into the first song, Steve Jones said, "Stop, stop." And Glenn Matlock came up on stage and said, "We'll tune your guitars for you." So Matlock and Jones tuned our guitars.
Oh, that's nice.
And then they said, "Right, do the song again." We started doing it within like a few seconds. No, stop. And they came back up on stage. They checked the tuning, it was all right. They said, "No."
Playing the wrong notes.
Yeah, that's what it was. You see, if you're playing that, he can't play that.
Yeah,
that's wrong.
Yeah.
And I said, and they said, "Who wrote this stuff?" And of course, guitarist and the bass player both pointed to me, the one who can't play an instrument. So they said, I said, "Yeah, but it's too late. We've spent like all week learning these songs with it being that note. We can't suddenly expect him to
I don't
change."
remember it being that discordant though or anything. You're talking about like when Les Dawson plays the piano, they're like a semitone out each half hand.
What it was like the Sex Pistols, all their music, the bass line would be on, I suppose, in the chord of what the guitar
Yeah, of course.
line.
Yeah,
Especially when Sid joined, Sid just played the note, didn't he?
Yeah.
And that's why I think they lost a lot from Matlock's diversity of bass lines.
Yeah.
But they fitted in a rock format, whereas our bass lines didn't conform to what should happen in musical terms. That's the way I put it. And they still don't. So it's just a different style, you know.
Nice they tried though to help you.
There
was a lot of that going on in the
everyone was lovely. I mean, as soon as we got to the 100 Club and started trying to unload, the damn bass player came up. He said, "Oh, hello, nice to meet you. I'm Ray Burns. Any help with the unloading your gear?" I mean, you wouldn't get that in the sort of general rock world, would you? It was like, in that world you did.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't get that. I remember turning up a gig once and Shakin' Stevens was playing. We wasn't there.
Yeah.
It was we were at the sound check, and there's a huge, great grand piano on the floor. And the roadie came and said, "I've got to get this piano up onto the stage." We're like, "Oh, bloody hell, it weighs." So we never knew how much a grand piano weighs. They weigh a ton. So all of us, the road crew and the band and him and other else was around, we all, about 15 of us, lifted this bloody thing up onto the stage. The stage was only about that 4 foot high, but still, it was a hell of a job.
Yeah.
We did it, though.
What you needed was a shoe. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes. That's when you turn the piano up on its end and wheel it around. Yeah, but we didn't know anything about that. We just lifted it out and shoved it on there. Thought, God help us, the arms are dropping off.
My next door neighbour, I used to work for him in the summer holidays, and he was like a Romany who painted the carts for Steptoe and Son.
Oh, right. That's a weird claim to fame.
We had Harry H. Corbett coming round on a Sunday next door, because there was a horse next door in a little stable, and he modelled his whole look on our next door neighbour, a bloke called Albert Dickerson.
Yeah, because
He had a big belt right round there. He had the braces. He had the collarless shirt. He had a little neckerchief.
Yeah.
And he had that flat cap, filthy flat cap. And that is where Harry H. Corbett got the look for Stepdance.
Yeah, I remember it because he had a horse in that show. Because he got his girl back, sneaked her back in, and she was cold, so he put a blanket around her. Said, "Oh, it's lovely and warm." He said, "Yeah, just got off the horse."
But we used to go to Shepherd's Bush Theatre to see it being made, the show live. And because Harry H. Corbett, my dad got his autograph over the garden fence. He said, "Oh, do you want some tickets to come and see the show being made?" So it was nice.
Yeah.
But he taught me about piano shoes in the Summer Holidays, Albert, because we had to get a piano out of the first floor. And I said, "That's impossible. You can't do that."
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, we've got a shoe." What's he talking about? How's a shoe going to help you?
Fits over the keyboard and turn it on its face,
But they're amazing. They've got all these knots. With removals in those days, I mean, he'd just gone from horse and cart to a mechanite. He'd just bought his first van. So the horse would have been used for removals in the old days on the cart. Yeah. But this was the 60s. He started using a vehicle for that and just left the horse in the stables.
Yeah.
But he used to have all these different knots for how to do particular things in the removals trade. I mean, I'm absolutely useless at practical things.
I couldn't do that.
Never learned any of it.
That sounds like hard work. So what's the plan for the future?
Well, I've got my album. I won't finish it today, but next week I probably will. No, I'm only on the last track now.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be coming out as soon as I can get the cover done, really. And I've already started writing stuff for the next album.
Good.
The next album, not this one, I've already got the title. It's called "I'm Still Around."
Yeah. Which
came from you, I think. I think you said Vic's still around to someone. Oh, it wouldn't have been Eric, would it? Eric Blowtorch.
I don't know.
Because Eric Blowtorch is who told you I could come and do this.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Eric from Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Well, he
this is the thing, with people in Australia and America just contact you like randomly, say, "Oh, yeah, don't do that." And it's just, the world's so small.
No, Eric's a big Clash fan, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he's been around my place a few times when he comes to England, because he came over for last year's carnival. And while he was over here, I got him down the studio, so he plays slide guitar and backing vocals on one of the tracks. So
slide guitar.
Yeah.
So you're going to do the album cover yourself, paint something?
No, Mandy's already taken a photograph. It was actually at Paul's do, at Paul's 70th
birthday.
Yeah, his 70th birthday. She took a photo using this. Have you seen these really cheap Polaroid-like cameras where you get the photo coming out instantly?
I still got those.
But, no, they're a new version of it from Argos. They're really cheap though. So she bought this cheapo camera just to see what it was like, because we really like, the old style black and white photos were very small, weren't they?
Yeah, tiny.
In the days of like my dad's era.
Like little stamps.
I love looking at those old photos, and this thing seems to be able to reproduce that look. It was in a very darkened room, and it was Paul Myers, our old bass player, standing in this darkened room in front of Tom from The Professionals. You remember the singer Tom?
Yeah.
Well, Tom is in the shadow in the back, but he's wearing traditional sort of what you'd expect a rock star to wear. And Myers is wearing he has to wear this little hat all the time because he got skin cancer.
Oh, keep the sun away.
So he can't go anywhere. He had this little hat on that looked like the boaters that they would wear on stage in the 1920s on Broadway. Yeah. So they look really contrasting. It's a really great photo. So that is going to be the cover, because the album's called Goodbye Blackpool, Hello Broadway.
Oh.
and I've got this for the back cover. I've got this photo of a Broadway theatre with like the lights outside with a name. So we're just going to mess about and change the name on that.
Funny place, Blackpool. It's got a funny history, isn't it?
Well, we've played there, the punk thing. Have you ever played there?
Yeah, lots of times, yeah.
Well, I've played there twice, and we surprisingly really went down well. I thought we had Buster Blood Vessel was on after us, Bad Manners.
Yeah.
And the amount of effort that bloke puts in on stage is incredible. I mean...
Yeah, I was thinking
really,
you were busted a vessel by now, but apparently not. Yeah.
He's really...
Yeah.
He puts everything into his performance, doesn't he? Or he did then anyway. I was really impressed with that. But I thought we'd baffle the audience, but they really liked it. I think because they get a lot of that generic punk, and there's a lot of it. I think if you're a little bit different, it's a bit of variety for them. Yeah. I think that's why we went down well. So I did it twice, mainly just to assuage the group who were always moaning about doing gigs and only getting like 300 quid, because they pay well, don't they?
Is this the Rebellion
Blackpool,
Festival?
The Rebellion,
Yeah.
Compared to the standard gigs we were doing at the time, we probably did it first in about 2007.
I think we'll go there next year because there's so much there.
Yeah.
Great to see him.
Yeah, you'd pick up a load of people to do this there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we could do a live event or something like that there. Yeah, it'd be nice. Well, good. So good luck with the new album then.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
When it comes out. But I don't know what happens these days. Is it all downloads now? Or?
Well, I try to do everything, but it just depends on the bank balance. Because downloads cost nothing to put up, but hardly anyone buys them.
Yeah.
CDs are incredibly cheap to produce.
Right.
But no one buys them. And vinyl, people do buy.
Yeah.
But you've got to estimate correctly how many are going to buy it, because
very hard to do.
It's very hard to do because things are different for me without gigging, because that was my main platform for getting rid of my vinyl.
Well, I suppose these days, if you're doing merchandise like T-shirts and mugs and things, you can have a fulfillment company where they just make them to order. So they print out 100, and when they've gone, they print another 100. So they can do the same with vinyl, I guess. Yeah,
well, I just try to do it estimating, and I've got it wrong once because the one that I've given you that Mick produced, we'd already put 500 out in America on an American label. And so I put another 500 out on the English label, on my label. But that was too many. I've still got about over 200 left. Whereas the album that I did, the last album I did, Everybody's Scared Now, I actually underestimated that because of that. And I only got 250 made, and they went immediately.
Yeah, you can't win, can you?
So it's very difficult to get that figure. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to put a CD out first because they're so cheap.
Yeah.
They're ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter if they don't sell, if I don't sell all of them, because they're so cheap to make. But then I'm going to team up with the distributor and ask how many they would take before I get them made.
Yeah, they've probably got a better idea.
I've got a good relationship with, obviously, at Rough Trade Records, Jeff Travis. He's just around the corner from the studio. So I'm going to see him.
Yeah.
And I can get in contact with Stephen from the Pastels, who's got a big shop up in Glasgow, Monorail. And you
can sell stuff online as well, can't you?
No, I do. But what I'm saying is you need to get a good estimate of how many you're going to get rid of, because I don't want them all stacking up in my garage.
No, you can only have so many coffee tables and doorstops. Yeah.
No, it's great. I mean, I love doing it. That's the main thing.
Well, that's if you don't like doing it, it's not going to help you, is it?
No.
Well, good luck with that new album.
Thanks a lot,
and the one after, when it comes along.
Yeah.
Have to come back and talk to us when you've made that.
Yeah. I'll definitely send you a copy, though. When it's
well, we'll see. I mean, if your dad's 104, what are you aiming for? 110?
I'm not, but I just want to get all the music out that I can before I go.
The oldest woman in the world died at 122, a French woman, and she said, I gave up smoking because it's bad for your health at the age of 110, but I carried on drinking. So there you go. You should think about that.
I don't drink, though, do you?
No.
I've never drunk.
Maybe you should start.
The only time I used to drink was when I was at a grammar school, and there was like from the age of 15 to 18, I drank because
Oh, yeah, we all did, yeah.
you couldn't not drink. I was in the rugby team and the cricket team because we didn't do football.
Yeah, yeah.
So they literally force it down your throat. And then as soon as I got to 18, I thought, I don't actually like the taste of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I gave up. Well, I drank my whole lifetime's quota between the age of 15 and 26, I think. And then gave up. Yeah.
Looking good on it.
Well, still alive. That's the main thing. Still alive. We're all still alive. Well, it's been great to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming in.
All right. No
Look forward to
problem.
hearing the album. You can now buy a copy of my autobiography, The Strange Case of Dr. Terry and Mr. Chimes. It's £12 for a signed copy, plus postage. If you want one, you just go to terrychimes.com.
All the art that makes up the set, or RockandRoll Confessions, is made by me, Mark Illuminati. Check out all my work at www.illuminatineon.com. The link to contact me is in the description. All the art is for sale, and I hope you like it. It's got a nice punky feel to it, and I've pretty much covered all our favourite bands. Enjoy.